Hey, I'm KIC, and that is not a supply crate over there. Do you know how I know that? All I have to do is look at the compass and, well, ignore that I shot right over that guy's head. And you know, that is not a supply crate. That is something else going on. In fact, that's a zombie over there. Now, I don't really know what this guy's doing, but let's try and get his attention. Hi there. Can I get you to run into a cactus? Because I would find that to be amusing if so. I think that was a headshot right in the back of the head. Take that, you big tourist zombie. And that too. No, you're gonna barf at me. Yeah. So I don't think we've talked about these guys that much. These are... yeah, you're kind of problematic. These are the bombers. They are a different kind of zombie, which I think we've seen before, but it's a new look for them. Now, if you're wondering why it's a new look for them, let me show you this. We're playing right now with version 1.6 of Darkness Falls. This is the most recent version of the mod. It includes a lot of changes, and you will understand where I'm coming from with a couple of things momentarily. So we got to talk about some of those changes. Holy cow, come on, door. You know you want to unlock. Great, now it's unlocked. We've already been in here. I know, I just didn't feel like going around. What can I say? I'm weird. Lots of new stuff added in this particular version, which you might not necessarily expect, but that's kind of awkward. That's just a floating azalea bush or something. That's weird. Whatever, not going to worry about that one. You all just continue to grow. That's great. There's a little zombie party going on over here. We have a new table in the game. It's the writing desk. It'll let you basically take all of your random little skill points that you've accumulated along the way, and you can use your writing desk to make skill points and skill books, rather, and class books at half the cost. Now, of course, that requires some additional stuff to be able to use it because, you know, it's not like you can just make the desk and there you go. You're going to need a pen and ink and all that sort of jazz, if I remember correctly. But hey, you know, that's in the game now. A couple of other things have changed too. LED glasses and the mole glasses now work differently. Instead of giving you a flashlight like this, they are now night vision. So that's kind of an interesting little change. Various other changes, and you might have already noticed one of them, but we'll get to that one momentarily. One of the other big changes is a bunch of class changes, and that gets into a much larger problem, which we kind of need to talk about. Hi, I heard you coming up. I think that was the female biker, if I'm not mistaken. Those are not entirely common. I kind of want to check her to see what she has. Oh, good. She's awake. She'll come out. That's perfect. Hi. You need to have a seat, big boy. There we go. Can I switch over in time? Not really, but whatever. It's fine. It'll work out okay. Anyway, let's start talking about some of these other changes that are more important. Huh. You're that kind of biker. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. You're not as hard as you look. You're a little softer. Hi. Doctor. You're not supposed to do that. You're a doctor. Anyway, let's talk about some of those other changes. The big things are class changes. Oh, anti-radiation pills. How about that? First time I've actually seen those. And I'm pretty sure they've been in the mod since we've been playing, or thereabouts. All the classes have changed, and that means that this mod is, for the first time, coming with the official recommendation to restart. Yeah, I know, right? That's kind of what I'm saying. And yet, here I am still playing. Clearly, I don't pay attention to recommendations. However, I have to tell you, there are some problems that are coming with not restarting. One of the first things is that if we pull up this guy right here, you'll see the class quests and a bunch of other quests are all gone and missing. I was combining words there. I don't know what the deal is with that. I imagine that's part of the whole class changes. Now a bunch of those class quests are missing. A bunch of other quests that we had that were active that were not related to class are also missing. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Now there are books in the game that you can bring up via the creative menu that'll let you basically fill in some of your class quest problems. Now the big thing is that the classes now have a mastery associated with them. That's a final perk that you get that gives you some sort of bonus. In the case of the scavenger or survival class, whatever we're doing, I think we're doing survival. The big thing is you get a machete. Nice, super high quality machete. Oh, look at that. New graphic for that. Oh, hi. Let me just back up a little bit. Now, there are some other things that probably not as big a deal in a solo game, Granted, I don't know that for certain. One of the things is a radio. Maybe that works just fine and it does something. I don't really know how that works. I did try to use the class mastery book. It didn't work for me, and I don't know if that's because a bunch of my other class quests are missing or what the deal is. So that's kind of broken, and I'm not terribly happy about that, but that's fine. I mean, I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying I'm not happy about that, but it's okay. I know this stuff is changing. It's not a big deal to occasionally go, yeah, you know what, we need a restart. I mean, come on. How many times has that happened over just the course of an alpha with the base game itself? Never mind with mods, okay? That's something we're all used to, so it's really not a big deal. Now, the other change I'm not a big fan of, and I'm just going to be flat out blunt about it, is the removal of the day and time. You might have already noticed that, or you might have noticed something looked a little different. Oh, look at that. We get to play with the mole glasses, and I get to show you how they work a little differently. There you go. So, see, there you go. Nice and night vision-y now. Pretty cool. I dig that. I think that's kind of a fun little change. Makes them a little more, I don't know, makes it a little interesting. But anyway, day and time has been removed. Now, it's not been removed from the game. It's just literally been removed from... I can't show you because, you know, I have stuff up in the way. It's been removed from under the compass. If you want to know the day and time, you now have to go to a trader. I'm not a big fan of this change. I don't like it. It doesn't fit with how I want to play. So I'm not a big fan of that change. Now, you might look at that and go, no big deal. And that's cool if so. And Kane is of the opinion that you'll get used to it quickly and it's not a big deal. And since you already know where traders are, it's fine. I don't know. I don't like that change. I think it's... I don't like it. I'm just going to say I don't like it. We're pretty lucky in that we got a mini bike up and running, in part thanks to a bug. But I mean, even if you look at this guy over here, this guy is 1.2 kilometers away. You're going to waste a bunch of game time running over there to check on time, which means, you know, you better pay attention to that from this point forward. Mark your day, mark your time, and so long as you're doing all that, I mean, it's pretty obvious. You can look at the sun right now and you go, okay, yeah, it's probably around like 8 or 9 o'clock, something like that. Once it gets up to about here, it'll be 12. And as it's coming down over here, you'll be knowing it's getting close to 8 or 9 again and getting close to the point where the zombies will be running, all that jazz. It's really not a big deal. I just don't see the point in removing it. It feels weird to me. It'd be like removing the hunger and the thirst from the UI, which... the main devs have done, and I think is absolutely dumb. I don't like that idea. At least that is still here. But I'm just baffled by the idea of removing that. It doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, it's not a big deal because none of it really matters. At the end, here's where we arrive. I'm killing this series right now, and we're not coming back to it until Alpha 17 is ready to go. Now, it's not related necessarily. Oh, look at that. Actually made the jump to all these changes, but that plays into it. There are other things going on, which I'm not going to get into. I don't have the time. It's not worth it. It doesn't really matter. It's things that don't matter to you, but make a difference to me. You're just going to have to trust me, or not, that I have my reasons that I need to kill this series, and that I'm going to do it, and nothing's going to change my mind. So here we go. This series is going to wrap up at a solid, I don't know, 36 episodes, something like that. Yeah, I knew I was going to miss that one. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. I think we've got a pretty good look at the game. I think we're at like day 18 or something like that. We've seen a couple hordes. I would have liked to have seen some higher ones, but I mean, we've gone through a lot of changes. This mod has seen so many changes since I started playing it that in some respects, it's almost a completely different mod now, which is going back to the original suggestion from Kane that you should probably restart. So there you go. We're going to leave it right here, though. I am not done with this game, but I will not be coming back to it until Alpha 17. I need a break from it. I have other things I need to do. I have other stuff lined up. It's all good. We'll figure it out, right? Right. I've always wanted to try this. Hey, look at that. It worked. There you go. You can drop frames as you're falling and save yourself a bunch of pain and re-injuring your leg. So there we go. I'm going to leave it right here. I have enjoyed this mod a whole heck of a lot. I disagree intensely with the change to day and time, but it's not really my decision, and, oh, that wasn't an azalea bush. Okay, that was something else. I don't know which it was, because I don't remember what I planted, and it doesn't matter. But anyway, I'll rejoin you in 7 days once Alpha 17 hits the streets. So come back and check that out when that one is live. And until then, do play some Darkness Falls and enjoy it. And see for yourself if you like the changes. At the very least, there are some really good-looking class changes that I think are going to be well worth any disagreement you might have with decisions on day and time not being visible. But hey, maybe something will be added to the game like a stopwatch or a... Stopwatch? No, like an old, I don't know, a wristwatch or a pocket watch or something that'll kind of give you that information. I think that might be an acceptable workaround that I would find to be okay. But anyway, that's kind of implied by saying an acceptable workaround. I'll catch you on another one. Till then, thanks for watching. See you later.